Hey guys, welcome back to Cells in the Fog, and we're gonna be finishing up doing episodes 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10 in a different video. I'm about to finish the season. This is happening because I like playing all this all at once because it's about to be serious. This is by far probably the most difficult chapter in the whole of this season. I can't tell you the number of times I had to redo this when I played it the first time, which I'm sure you guys would have loved to have seen, given how much you guys loved how much I struggled with the latest chapter in Heaven's Secret. Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get going. It says, for the first time in many years, there is a meeting of pirate captains, and now the fate of Tortuga is in your hands. All right. Let's get it going. Lovely, lovely Tortuga. Let's see what we can do here. Load anytime now. There we go now. Okay. Let me just make sure. Checking everything. Okay. The council. Adelaide barely managed to open her eyes. Yawns and stretches. I forgot what she was wearing. If only I could stay in bed a while longer. Adelaide wanted to continue indulging in the fresh breeze, the morning sun, and the soft bed. Get it together. Today is a very important day. Adelaide hurriedly collected herself and went down. If we're going to be going to a pirate council, I'm going to need to be dressed appropriately. I can keep on this outfit, but I'm going to change my hat to a more extravagant hat. I don't know which way to go. I'm just going to go right. And I hope that this is the way. This isn't the way. It's always hard. You can never know which way to go. Oh god, I have to go through them all. Here we go. Almost there. Okay, there we go. And put on that hat. That is my most fanciest pirate hat that I have. That one's kind of a pirate hat, but this is my fancy one. Let's do it. What am I wearing? I'm a tattoo mermaid, my mermaid tattoo. Tattoo mermaid, mermaid tattoo. Okay, I don't know why. In the hall, there were traces of yesterday's fun. Oh yeah, we had a bar fight. That was fun. How nice. It has been a long while since we were on Tortuga. I miss this life. Oh, that's right. We got him all dolled up and dressy. That's right. He looks like he has a hangover. Oh. Oh. I see the partying went well. Shh. Speak quieter. The group began to gather in the common room. So, Jackie, send your girlfriend on her way. Oh, Sebastian. There's about to be a meeting of the crew. And where are Chris and Bobby, by the way? With all due respect, I would unsheath my knife and threaten you as I usually do. But let's save that for a bit later. Chris? Christina, to be more precise. It's a long story. Let's talk another time. I cannot say I'm particularly surprised. Captain. Are you okay? Bobby looked mildly exhausted. I see your evening was wonderful. Well, yes. Okay. Honey, did you miss me? So that's Margaret. Okay, okay. She's a little thick, got some curves. Okay. Do you have to ask, my darling? I thought you had already completely forgotten your poor Margarita. What are you talking about, my sunshine? I just hung in the loop a little. And then the tornado almost knocked on our ship apart. Oh yeah, he's been gone for 5 years. Well, that's just how my boring life goes, I suppose. Oh, that's boring? You don't take care of yourself at all, my darling. And I have a gift for you, by the way. Really? Here you go. The sailor proudly held out the dress he made himself. Wow. Is it for me? All the best for the most beautiful lady on Tortuga. Stop, you're making me blush. Oh, it turned out really nice. That's pretty. And how do I look? Just fabulous, as always. The public must see this dress at once. Yes. But what about our evening? It's already paid for. Oh, silly. You have nothing to fear with your income. And to walk with you in hand in such a dress? Yes, of course. Oh, well, he thought he was having a very different night. But that didn't work out. Oh, what a wonderful evening. Wow, wonderful. During the walk, Margaret talked continuously, and Bobby caught the fragrance of her perfume and already regretted giving her the dress instead of some knick-knack. Well, it has been 5 years. I guess he was looking for a little bit more intimate action in the evening, but yeah. And while walking, they happened to wander to the pier. Ah, here she is. What? So wait, I'll tell you. The messenger pigeon perched confidently right on the railing of Riptide. I know this beast. Certainly she is a beast. Wait. He certainly did not catch the creature, just as he did not spend time with his beloved. But on the other hand, turning the ship upside down made him sweat. Oh, that's why he's huffing and puffing. Found it. On the lower deck, he found a hiding place with a dove coat. So this is it. And the sailor held up a cage with a bird. You revealed a conspiratorial cell. And 2 more cells were empty. There was silence in the room. Damn rat. Now we've uncovered the conspiracy. The furry creature bristles at the bird. Stop that. And you begin to chase the unfortunate pigeon around the cage, trying to grab it. He obviously did not like the smell of this bird. Get away from the beast. This is very lucky. So we know that 2 messages have already been sent, and their plans are based on them. But he won't get the 3rd. So Diego will have to act blindly. We will prepare, and he will make a mistake. War is the art of deception. We will outsmart him at his own game. But at what point was he going to send the 3rd pigeon? And to convey what information? It's hard to guess. Does a pigeon always return to its nest? Yes. And I think it is in Santo Domingo. Then we need to turn the situation to our advantage. I suggest we return the pigeon and prepare an ambush, or send the pigeon with our own message. Let's not let him know he's on to us. Bobby, put it back where you took it from and stay on the ship. Continue as if nothing has happened, but keep your head down. Got it. Jackie, instruct your subordinates to help detain the traitor. Of course. The main thing is not to kill him and find out what exactly is going on. Set up an ambush, wait and see what happens. And now, if the matter's dealt with, then it's time to move on. Adelaide glanced at her hungover companions. Do we bring everyone with us? Of course. The crew is the face of the captain. Maybe they should freshen up a little? Excuse me. I'm fine. I've looked worse than this. I'm about the same. If you think a high society reception awaits us, then you are deeply mistaken. Our crew, I would say, will look great compared to others. After all, it's not the captain who has hangover. Something that cannot be said about the other pirate leaders. So why gather while many will still have a headache? Because by evening, many will have time to get drunk again. So you have to take the advantage of the moment. Let's go to the council hall. I think I should dress appropriately for this occasion. Oh, okay, we get a new outfit. Okay. I got a nice corsair outfit. That's cute. Ooh, an elegant one. Better. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. This fancy number. What else is there? A simple one. Nah. Let's put that one on. Cool. Alright. We're all dolled up. And we got more reputation. The road went up the hill, twisting around the island. The townspeople were quite thrilled and looked at the procession of pirates with undisguised excitement. And seeing Adelaide with her friends, they began to whisper. What is it? It doesn't look like this meeting is making people very happy. It's true. Everyone here is accustomed to peace, and the fact that nothing in their lives changes. That's the reason they chose to live here. Because everything is calm and stable. Any decision made by the Captain's Council must be implemented all across Tortuga, and even by those captains who were at sea and could not participate. So life as they knew it is over. You're also tenser than I've ever seen. I know their breed, and I cannot blame them. The thing is, they become pirates so that they no longer have to carry out anyone's orders or obey anyone's wishes. And war is the last thing they are ready for. I doubt that we will find support here. Why did you announce the meeting then? To know that I did everything I could. I think we can convince them. Were our stats in place? Do we have everything that we need? I think so. I hope so. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just have to replay again. Great. We can convince them. Oh, that was a white magic choice, that's good. And it will be in their interest. Otherwise, their free days will come to an end. They have no self-awareness here, so I wouldn't count on it. If only God could hear your words. This is a stubborn tribe. From the top of the mountain, Adelaide could look over the island. It was not very big. Little houses huddled between palm trees and rocks, as if not wanting to attract too much attention to themselves and disturb the spirit of the island. And the port was full of ships. Her pet was mesmerized by the view. And how many captains will be on the council? All of them, of course. Not coming to the council is a big disgrace, whether you are drunk or wounded. The course of history is decided in these moments. And everyone has the right to vote? Well, formally, yes. But in practice, half a dozen authorities stand out and everyone looks at the decisions. If you have a ruined sloop with no guns or all of your booty is only hemp and bricks, then your word carries little weight. So much for democracy. Is there a fort here? Yes. Built at the same time the code was written. According to Morgan's plans, powerful gun batteries would cover the whole bay, and this would save Tortuga from invaders. But the island was already a secluded place, and over time the guns were taken for the ships. Now the fort stands as a monument to the foundation of the city, and the sacred captain's gathering place where this pirate code is stored, the ledger with 4 signatures. There were many sailors outside the fort which did not have enough room inside. Among them there was a commotion. Some boasted about their captains, their ship, or their successful ventures. Some were bragging. And all this made the atmosphere so tense that they were ready to reach for their daggers and pistols. What do you think, fools? Whose word will be stronger than the harpoon of Kai's whaler? If someone contradicts him, he will become a trophy on the wall before he manages to open his mouth. Is he that fast? I know of no harpoon that flies faster than a bullet. Go sleep it off first, before you start yapping at the sea wolf. Aren't they waiting at the cemetery for you for just this occasion? These people are lacking manners or discipline. Discipline, probably. They need a steady hand and sound punishment. I think all these gatherings have corrupted the crews and... So you think your captain and your adventures are bold? The guy brazenly moved towards the crowd. Listen to my story. Oh, God. Whew. Adelaide went into the secret hall. The most important figures had already taken their places at the table, and none of them appeared to be pleased. Only the prevailing pirate code forced them to be there. Yeah, I know. Usually the lemur loved crowds, but such a dense and social crowd was too much even for him. I don't know a single captain here. Do not worry, I'll tell you. I saw how they all became captains. After all, I've been living on Tortuga since childhood. Alright. Depending on how much time we have. Turning around, Adelaide saw a familiar face. Bones? You already arrived? Why are you surprised? We arrived at night. Don't you want to report to your captain? Or am I missing something? I'm sorry, but it was late, so... So what? You managed to come to the council before me? And how long will we sit here? The voice of the pirate captain cleared the uncertainty. Why should we all wait for one? Jackie leaned in toward Adelaide. Come on. Give me the details. He is a famous ruffian and drunkard. Pretends to understand wine. He obviously had a bad hangover, and all this noise was like a giant bell ringing in his ears. Backstory. Port Royal. Well, I feel these port rats have already surrendered. Let me get a picture. Well, I fear these port rats have already surrendered. We completely blocked their port. Your plan with guns on the boats was a success. Only after the volley, 3 boats rolled and sank, together with the guns. Not a problem. The main thing in the city is ready to surrender in fear. Well, not quite surrender. They ask what you want to leave them be. I want the best wine, but only the very best. All the bottles sell at less than 10 years. They can shove those in there. Captain, we're here for the gold? Right. Well, gold, jewels, and everything else on the list. They know this. I'll pass on your message. Wait. And send a message to the governor's daughters. I have not forgotten about them and will definitely revisit them. Why not now? Shh. We're on a mission now. Why should we all wait for one? He obviously had a bad hangover and all I know was like a giant belly. Yeah, there I said that. You're right. Those who are not here have only themselves to blame and have shown disrespect for the code. The mentioning of the code made the noisy crowd come to their senses and focus. So why did you gather us? He's fancy looking. I like him. Your reputation calls for respect, and that's why we responded to your invitation, but what's all this rush? Details. The rumor is he's some nobleman from Spain. He had a spat with the crown, hijacked a ship, and sailed to Tortuga. Since then, he's a pirate. And this guy again. Jorge de Sandoval, you have defamed the honor of your noble family name. Nonsense. On the contrary, I defended the honor of both my family name and the crown. I caught this scoundrel with poison. Can you prove it? I don't understand what can be discussed here. It was someone's spy. He tried to poison the royal wine. I grabbed his arm, but he threw his dagger. I had nothing left but to stab the bastard. I immediately handed the bottle to Alcate, the royal guard. Nevertheless, no bottle is listed in the documents, and the person you killed belonged to the noble family of Ochoa. He was a traitor. There was not a single convincing piece of evidence to that end, and therefore hand over your sword and surrender to justice. This is a conspiracy. First against the crown, then against me. I repeat, you will take the sword only from my cold, dead hands. The nobleman took out the blade and was ready to fight off all the guards to the last drop of blood, but fate pointed him in a different direction. He saw a sail through the window. Rushing to the balcony, he ran away to the port. It was not exactly an honorable thing to do for a nobleman, but in the neutral waters of the Caribbean Sea, he could gain strength and sooner or later triumphantly return to his homeland and expose the traitors and clear his name. Hey. He hates Diego, so do I. So why did you gather us? Your reputation inspires respect. Yeah, okay. Some problems can no longer be ignored. These fogs that overrun more and more of the sea. The room started to grumble. I hope everyone has come to terms with the fact that the dead men are non-fiction. And we've learned of the Crown's plan for a full-scale assault on Tortuga. But I better let Adelaide talk to the point. Then the information will be first-hand. Me? The floor is yours. Only you can tell everything as it is. And now this is your world. So don't be shy. And who is this? Many of you have taken refuge in Santo Domingo before it became a non-grata territory. She's the daughter of the one who bought all of your treasures and turned a blind eye to your business. I would say that you owe her father dearly, but it's not only her lineage that makes her famous. Adelaide rose from her chair. A lump formed in her throat. In addition to the fact that famous and inexperienced pirates were sitting in front of her who had to be convinced of her rightness and position. The future depending on her words now. The future of her family, her home, her friends, the spirits, and maybe the whole world. The girl began to pick the right words. How to start? Let's go in a little bit diplomatically. I want to ask you, what is most important to you? Woman, wine, and fun? You will have to abandon all this when Diego's fleet enters these waters. Diego accepts only discipline and submission. He wants to see Tortuga as a colony in his possession. Soon you will meet his fleet. And these are not empty threats. I saw his fleet and heard his intentions. If you show weakness of spirit, you will no longer have a safe harbor. The same way that Santo Domingo was lost. We need to gather together and fight back. But this is impossible. Details. He's a huckster, even more than he is a pirate. For a shilling, he would drown you in a teaspoon. These are our prices. Absurd. I have been to Italy, and for the same amount you can hire a courtesan for an entire day. A courtesan? Well, you know, looks great, smells good, and reads poetry. Do you need poems to be read? No, I only need a fair price. For that kind of money I could buy gifts and rule a whole village. And where do you see a village here? Just to spite you and not give you a penny, I'm ready to cross the ocean and enter English waters. Do you need a girl for today or not? For 15 doubloons. I stress, at least 2. Our girls don't work for that price. I'll collect more than you from your sailors. Speaking of them, I forbid them to attend such a corrupt institution, parting honest people from their last bits of hard-earned money. Other visitors begin to turn their heads at the noise. Well, you will get 2. No thank you. You've already insulted me. 3. Well, be it 3. Just stop yelling. It is a pleasure to do business with you. Snake. But this is impossible. Sneak away from 2. It's a miracle to get away from 3, but no more. We rob merchants wonderfully, but the fleet is an invincible wall for us. Do not worry. I have a plan. Strong defense or a sly diversion. If I'm talking to him, probably a sly diversion. Yes, each ship on its own is weak, but every fleet has a rear. These ships are just preparing to attack. If we coordinate our actions and strike all of the anchor ships at once, we will destroy Diego's advance. He simply will not have the strength to conduct such a campaign. And with the right people on the ground, which my friend will provide, always happy to help, we will be warned about every plan, which we will end before it begins. War is not the scary part. The fog is scary. And who is this? Deets. A terrible bully, ready to start a fight for any reason. Solves all his problems through duels. We will not be able to take them. They are firmly entrenched. There is no place that will not surrender to me. We'll drain them of their strength. Captain, we do not have much food. And is it worth it? Gold dust and a handful of gems? It is not about the value, but principles. Let me get a picture. There is no profit that escapes Kai. The crew will starve. We will be hunting seals, and we will freeze. Use the wreckage from their ship for firewood. It's just too long. A good hunt requires endurance. Captain. Good. I have a suggestion. Send an emissary, and pass on to their captain that I will challenge him to a duel. If he defeats me, then I surrender my ship and let them go. But if I win, He crazy. Fog is scary. I have a couple of ideas on how to stop the fog, but only I understand how. And I need the flanks. You have to deal with Diego's fleet, and I will try to deal with the curse. This is our plan. As custom dictates, I announce the vote. As the admiral of my fleet, which includes the galleon Riptide and the walrus, I give both my votes for this plan. Adelaide drew her blade. Swoosh. She made a notch on the table in front of herself. And then she slammed the blade into the table, marking both her votes. Okay. I know her. From behind the pirates, a captain appeared. Great forces stand behind her and her significant reputation. She's seen many things and overcome many troubles. And besides, our pirate horde obviously lacks women. With a confident gait, she walked around the table. She looked at the big guy. You can keep looking, but you better not touch him. That's all I know. And she stuck her dagger in front of Adelaide, lightly pressed against her shoulder. I vote in favor. Okay, so we got 3 so far, but we have 4 new guys that we have to convince to be on our side. Wait. We begin to vote so eagerly, completely forgetting about alternatives. The Caribbean is not the only place to look for money. Scotland's for George. Piracy is not about Tortuga. Piracy is about spirit. We can find a new harbor from which to make our raids, gain strength, and sooner or later bring down retribution, instead of trying to take the bull by the horns and leave the enemy with nothing. It's a sensible and cunning option. You'll do anything to avoid fighting. Attack an anchored ship at night. Get the crew drunk in the tavern. If the first pirates were such scoundrels, then there would be no Tortuga. Are you now accusing me of something? Not at all. Just saying that you're dishonoring the black flag. I kept my crew mostly intact, and gave tithes 4 times bigger than you did. Did you ever stop to think why it's so hard for you to recruit a crew? Maybe because you have completely scuttled your ship twice because of your recklessness. I will. The Northerner swung his harpoon towards Tom. So do I take Tom? I should have taken the other side. Tom is certainly right. I'd not suggest you risk your lives. I only ask you to reunite. If we can combine forces and act as one, then perhaps no battle is needed. However, separately, we will be crushed one by one. Are you going to teach me how to be a pirate? The enraged pirate cannot be restrained. In his heavy boots, he climbed onto the table. Excuse me. Jacques barely managed to remove his empty cup from below the pirate's feet. There was some fine 44-year-old Bordeaux left in the bottom of this cup, and its smell is the only thing that brings me joy at this meeting. If you deprive me of this, I will shoot you in the knee. I'll deal with you later. But now I'm addressing the people. Are we seriously listening to some girl now? Don't you think your head has grown a bit too large? Are someone's guts not sitting well within their bellies? Get on this table and fight me. Show me that your words are worth something. Respond. That's the only thing he listens to. My pleasure. Leaning on Jackie's shoulder, she climbed up onto the table and took out her blade. Maybe this girl is worthy of something. Now both of you are violating the code in the rudest way. Custom dictates no fights at the meeting, no bloodshed, no duels. That is true. A training fight for fun. Actually, Adelaide was uncomfortable. The table severely limited the maneuvers that were the basis of her style, and the harpoon was not a sword, so she could hardly guess what tactics to use. Shink, clang, clang. They began to exchange short strikes. Not bad. Adelaide easily rebuffed his short attacks, but she could not counterattack because of the length of her opponent's weapon. I expected more from you. A hard blow to the chest. Parry? Oh, I did not know what to do. Oh my god. Okay. I was like, could I crouch? But like, I don't know. That didn't sound right. Okay. Whew. 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 Okay, breathe. Adelaide easily caught such an awkward blow with the strong part of the blade. Ha. Couldn't do it any slower. Side blow to the legs. Jump up. Wow. The harpoon left a notch on the table where the girl had just stood. Oh my gosh. The entire hall held its breath. No one could imagine such a tense battle. It's time to end this. And unexpectedly for Adelaide, he swung with all his might and struck her blade. Her hand flew to the side and Adelaide could hardly defend herself. And the captain rushed at her, closing the distance. What to do? I got 35 points. More than that, like a lot more. Turn around. You won't catch me. A thought flashed in Adelaide's mind. There are chairs. One step to the side. Excuse me. Her foot firmly perched on the edge of the chair. My hat! And one more step toward another chair. How graceful. And here she was out of the line of attack. What the hell? The tip of Adelaide's blade brushed the hapless duelist's back. Touché. So? You win. Kai threw the harpoon, which stuck near the edge of the Adelaide side of the table, showing his vote. He had to throw the whole harpoon. He's so dramatic. Oh my god. I love him. My vote is in favor. Whew. Okay. Joyful, Adelaide hopped down from the table. I could do the same. He deserved it. Okay. 4 against 3. I have the majority, but I had to keep going. I have to convince some more people. This is all insanely fascinating, but I didn't just mention the code. What you offer, whatever the decision is, we must let the other captains know. Can we persuade them to comply with the code? And lastly, they will have to attack under someone's command, and without profit. But after all, what comes before all else in life of a pirate? A profit. Women. Robbery. No, my friends. It's freedom. And each one of us came into this trade only for the sake of it, and the code is the only thing that limits us. According to custom, I demand a reading of the ledger. It was a legal right, and a massive ancient book appeared on the table. Piratic code. Boring. We have been sitting here for an hour, and I've been sober for too long. Just put my vote against, and then tell me what you decided. I'll go look for a decent drink in this hole. Also, it is clear that this Adelaide will not find anything interesting. In principle, I have something to offer him. That bottle of old wine. I can open it up. And it will bring him into the right frame of mind. What to do? Keep it for better times like that romantic evening that they talked about, or offer the special wine. I need these votes. I want unanimous. Unanimous. Are you sure I can't offer you anything? Absolutely. Adelaide pulled out the bottle and turned it in front of his nose. Is this what I think it is? I don't know what you think, but I can scarcely how old this bottle is. Scarcely tell, maybe? How old this bottle is. Give it here. I'll tell you everything about it. Well, I don't know. It doesn't look like you're ready to plunge into the sorts of adventures where you can find such treasures. Are you making fun of me now? Yeah, I am. Let it be known to you that in this room there was no one more daring than me, and there was no plan that I could not carry out. He proudly walked around the table. The pirate stuck his stiletto into the table, right next to the girl. His stiletto! If you're crazy enough to find such a treasure, I'm on your side. Good. Then I will entrust you with the strangest parts of the assignment. And to reinforce my words, here's a present. Amazing. Will you share? I love his faces. It's like he goes from like angry, like badass, like whaler guy, and all of a sudden he has that face and he just looks like a child. He looks so cute and adorable. Oh my gosh. We share? No way. You had your moment of glory. Alright, we got 2 left. And the rest of the pirates gathered behind Jorge's back, mumbling amongst themselves. What about this one? No. And this one? Also not it. Jorge lifted the book so that it would be easier to read. And all of a sudden, Adelaide spotted the cover. These were two of the 4 symbols that the spirit showed her. The binding of the pirate code. This is the map to the end of the earth, to the far shores. What luck. After the meeting, I should take a closer look at this book. We have studied the code in detail. And no one has the right to unite the captains for war. This is the thing that prevents one person alone from seizing power on Tortuga. And because of this, we came here today. But what's all this rush? The captains who are at sea now will have the right not to enter the affairs of the island. Damn, I did not think that he would be so persuasive. I believe... Okay, whew. We have 5 over on our diplomacy. Right where we need to be. Yeah, buddy. I believe it's necessary to supplement the code. I did not propose to change it. But this is not a Bible nor a holy scripture. A ledger was created to unite all the pirates and bring Tortuga to order. At that time, no one could even imagine the danger that we are in right now. And if such a step is not taken now, then this document will burn with our whole spirit of freedom. But they have not touched it since the moment of writing. The 4 signatures represent the 4 best pirates of all time. The fierce and unbending Bartolomeo Portuguese, disciplined and daring George Lowther, sly, lucky, and calculated Black Bart, and the pirate king Henry Morgan, who created the pirate fleet in Tortuga. Are we worse than they were? Are we made of different clay? The best captains of their time are sitting in front of me now, and for our time the code should become a couple of pages thicker. And on these new pages there will be new signatures. Any misfit who wants to challenge this will have to surpass each of us. In complete silence, Jorge approached Adelaide. I vote in favor. In favor of what, exactly? He sticks his dagger in front of her. Both suggestions. Boom. 1 left. And all the faces turned to Tom. Well, you have the last vote. Do you think I would change my offer? Which one? Run away? Where? It was... Scotland. The Fjords of Scotland. And this one is tough because it changes every time. He says something different all the time. So you actually have to pay attention. You listen to me carefully. I appreciate it. It shows you are a good businessman. But my position will be the same. War is all about spending. And one's life is the most irrecoverable expense. What benefits can you offer me? Or what expenses will you cut? Oh, wait. Okay. No. Jorge, his was about having enough reputation. Tom's is about having diplomacy. Okay, so each one of them, to persuade them, you have to have different things going on for you. Okay. So, like, for Kai, you need strength. For Jorge, you need prior reputation. For Tom, you need diplomacy. And for the other guy, you need that special gift that you only find on that ship. So, that's interesting. And also, of course, that lady, I've already forgotten her name, Ivy. Is it for her, you need to have made friends with her before you got here. Boom. Okay. Big ones. Better yet, I will tell you what you will lose. Scotland? The old man can confirm my words. It depends on what you say. Isn't the enormous British fleet close by, which has a habit of sailing into these waters? Twisted currents and sharp rocks between which only Sebastian would be able to pass? And the harsh locals who will strangle anyone for a shilling? Well, by and large, yes. Not to mention, no other place has taverns and brothels like Tortuga. And as for how you would sell any loot you came upon, you are nobody there, and there will be no one to back you up. But here, after the victory, you will become a legend, and you will be able to choose the waters you want to fish in, and everyone will be eager to crew your ship, or maybe even what? He's hooked. In the course of the war, you will take a few warships, and you can only imagine the raids you can go on then. For example, robbing entire colonies. Fine. You convince me. My voice goes to you. A cleverly thrown knife sticks in front of Adelaide. Voting in favor. All 7 votes. Boom. It's time to count the votes. Decision made. Adelaide's play comes into effect now, as ordered by custom. As the custom dictates. As the custom dictates. He's not happy about that. You're busted, buddy. We're gonna catch you. Is that all? Did it all work out? We did it? You did it, sweetheart. This is only the beginning. Now we have a lot of work to do. But what kind of conversations take place without rum? Roll a barrel. And the whole company began a stormy discussion of plans. But Adelaide's eyes were fixed on the old binding of the Pirates Code. These signs drew her attention. I will solve this mystery. She touched the cover. Ouch. How painful. The cold bit into her wrist. Oh, what is happening? Darkness flowed up, engulfing her entire forearm. She became dizzy as if the girl was plunged into cold black water. The world disappeared, and it was replaced by the abyss. Where am I? Who are you? And from this abyss, she felt a very unpleasant gaze. Ooh. Bum, 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 butter. Okay. See who we are. We have equal diplomacy and white magic. That's fun. Let's see where we are. Let me take down everything. So strength, we're at 53. Diplomacy, we're at 43, 10 below that. We need to keep those pretty close together from now on. And we're at 43 white magic. We need to pull that up. 5 black magic. 17 pirate rep. As long as we keep up with our pirate rep, I shouldn't have to worry about that. That should be pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. Whew. Okay, so it looks like the pain from that wristing is finally caught up with me, and we're gonna have to deal with that. So it says darkness absorbs Adelaide, and now she will have to reawaken the magic in order to save herself and her friends. Okay, it's time to get my magic back. Boom. On the other side, Adelaide was swimming in pitch darkness. She was neither hot nor cold. I don't feel anything. I don't even want to breathe. But I'm not choking. She did not see anything because there was only impenetrable darkness around. No support, as if in the water. The girls moved her arms and legs, trying to swim. Nothing. I'm just floating in space. There was such silence in this darkness that the girl could hear her own heartbeat. But there was no beating. What is this place? Where am I? This complete deprivation of her senses was starting to eat at her. So much so that she had to pinch herself. Ouch. I'm definitely not sleeping. A lump formed in Adelaide's throat. What if... Am I stuck here forever? And yet, something in this darkness would not let her rest. There was one sensation that Adelaide felt clearly. She felt someone's gaze on her. And that feeling that sends shivers down one's spine. The sort of feeling that sometimes comes about even in complete solitude. Anyone? Show yourself. Talk to me. This emptiness drives me mad. It's worse here than in Rocco Muerte's dungeon. Even worse than the dead man's locker. Yes, it is. I'm not alone. Who are you? Where are we? Why am I here? To what end? So many questions. But do not be afraid. Soon we will meet face to face. I will be glad. Not sure that I want this. Maybe you're not just sitting here. Maybe we'll end for you, and not in a good way. But I yearn for this meeting. Don't count on it. You won't change anything. The gears of history are already turning, and you can't stop them. Yeah. Adelaide gasped for air. It felt as though she'd gone so long without air that she would die. She could hardly get the air into her lungs. Oh, I see you're awake. Adelaide looked around. At one time, shamans had only existed for her in the stories she read, and she could only imagine the dwellings of those who communicated with spirits. There was a tart smell in the air from a bundle of burning grass. Did you get me out of that sleep? She could hardly speak for a while, and her head was spinning and heavy, either from her time in the dark place or from the thick smoke in this hut. You saved me. Oh, no. An old acquaintance brought you to me. Handsome baby Jackie. Oh, Jackie brought me to save me. That's so nice. Was worried about you, but your dream could not last long. Then what is this ritual? I'm exorcising nasty little entities from my home. These little white fluffy parasites that steal all the good from my house. You mean these things? These little things flying about? And they constantly demand more. Are you talking about mice? No, mice are not so difficult. I'm talking about little parasitic demons. So, how much did I sleep? 5. 5 days? Right. Oh no. What happened to me? Your hand. Adelaide looked down at her hand. The mark no longer resembled Flint's hand. It was similar to a black bracelet whose tentacles stretched to her palm and elbow. The black mark. But I saw the black mark. It was a soot-smeared piece of paper with threats, which is given to a careless pirate by his crew. Are you stupid? Your customs of the sea are built on much older knowledge. The black mark is the mark of the devil Davy Jones, the soul that he noticed and will soon take for himself. Can it be cured? Forgive me, but not a single mortal can break this curse. There must be a way. Many, very many, tried, sacrificed everything, but Davy Jones still took them all. Wait a minute. You said immortal, that no mortal could break it. So I said. And what about the spirits? Are they capable of that? Why do you ask? Don't you talk with spirits? Can't you ask them? Loa are very difficult. Loa? Spirits, as you call them. And they do not like being disturbed without great need. And besides, they always require a payment. What? It's different every time, but I would not count on their mercy. Why? The sea devil, most evil, is the most bloodthirsty and the most dangerous spirit. They are unlikely to want to cross his path. A lump formed in Adelaide's throat. She began to breathe heavily, almost losing consciousness. This head is freaking me out, dude. And her entire hand began to hurt even more. With each heartbeat, the black threads dug deeper and deeper into her flesh. I used to communicate with spirits, too. I was a sorceress. Yeah? But what happened? I lost the family ring that awakened these powers in me. I sometimes feel the magic, but it's not what it used to be. Sorry. But it wasn't real magic then. And the power of the ring... The magic is inside of you. No. I can get my power back. Help me. I used to get along well with them. And have you made deals with many? There were a couple. Good. But you have only yourself to blame. Loa rarely let go after meeting someone face to face. Almost never. It doesn't matter. My mission is so important. But you're a stranger. Loa help only the children of their lands. Believe me, it's in their interest to help me. You're so confident of yourself. It's not about the mark. I'm struggling with the fog, and I just found a clue. If I die now, well then, this is a good reason for smiling. I don't see the humor somehow. I slept for 5 days, losing the opportunity to work on protecting Tortuga from Diego. Upon waking up, I learn that I'm about to die from a curse of the dead, and I can do nothing having lost my magic because of my own stupidity. It's like losing a finger. No, it's like losing your wings. And the worse things get, the whiter the smile should be. Loa loved fun and hate boredom and sadness. When a person gives up, he has only one path to the grave. There is no reason to help such a person because he has already surrendered. And Loa won't do the work for you. They will only help you live, but if you don't want to live on your own, that is not their problem. The girl thought hard. She used to be sad and sometimes even cry if everything went badly, and the last thing she wanted was to have fun. After all, everything that she was taught told her it was necessary to concentrate. Well, one small smile. What amuses me? Bobby and Margaret, victory over Diego, or drinking with friends. Bobby and Margaret. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Laughing at Diego is always funny. My enemy. Enemy? Yes. I'm not just defeating him. I want to hurt him. And his reactions are so funny every time. Figure out how else to sting him. That's better. And to smile further, you need to live. And to live, you need to smile. Everything is very simple. But you need to do something. At least from afar, you should resemble a local, so that the Loa would not immediately turn you away. The shaman approached Ale from behind and ran her fingers through her hair. I have an idea. Oh my gosh. Now I remember this. She looks crazy. Oh my god. She looks absolutely crazy. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what to do. I don't think this choice matters, so let me just pick what I like. This is the least problematic. It doesn't even sit right on her head. It's horrible. These are colorful. They're kind of fun. I gotta admit, these are kind of fun. Should I just go with some simple ones? Let's just keep it simple. Or maybe we should go for the colorful ones. No. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I don't think it matters. Doesn't it damage your hair? Look at me. Everything will be fine. Just trust me. Alright. Alright. And now we get to feel to choose a cool outfit. Whoa! Ew. That's cool too, but nah. This one is cool. This one's crazy. I like it. Now I look like you. You say yourself that you communicate with the spirits. Maybe I should have went with the colorful one. It's not worth me playing to do that. You say yourself that you communicate with spirits. Well, yes. Great. And now the most important thing. In sickness, they asked Maman Brigitte to heal them. She's able to fix everything. Even the character of her husband. Her husband? Yes, Baron Samedi. Go to the cemetery. Maman Brigitte is the true mistress of the gate of any cemetery. Draw her sign between the open doors. Wait. Does the goddess of the healing run the cemetery? This Loa not only heals. She guards mothers, children, and animals. She teaches magic and protects witches. But at the cemetery? Well, yes. Life is transient, and she holds in her hands what will happen afterward. Isn't the same with your faith? Sure, you could be right. You see, not so different. Only we are a little more honest. Death is death. There are bones and graves. And you will need this. This is weird stuff. Why do I need this? You'll understand. Now go. And you? And I will stay here and read a spell so that the lower hears your prayers. Okay, to the creepy cemetery. Yay. Well then. Nothing happened. Her eyes stopped on the heavy bag. The shaman said that I would need it. And so, what do we have here? Which of these should I use? I think perfume is what? Black magic. Candies are white magic. Coffee pot is diplomacy. And the peppers are strength. I need to bulk up my white magic though, so we're gonna go with candies. Sweets. I don't remember when I last had some. I seem to have forgotten that they exist. Control yourself. This is a gift for the spirits. Adelaide scattered candy near the gate. Her hands were sticky from the chocolate and sugar melting in the heat. No one is watching? Making sure that there were no observers, Adelaide licked her sweet fingers. There's one more at the bottom of the bag. Well, apparently this is fate. And the last candy went into her mouth. The girl smiled. I have a better reason to smile. Well, hello. Half a liter of rum. Ho ho ho. Oh no, this is better picture. What is my catch today? How did you know the graveyard is the best place for fun? You? Me. Are you Baron Smetty? It's true, one can't mistake me for anyone else. I have a request for you. Do you hear it? What? Music. And the Baron started to dance. It was a wild and frightening sight. He had no shame at all, dancing like no one was watching him. Adelaide even felt a little uncomfortable. I have a matter that needs your attention. What? The thing is, you don't understand, Beauty. You no longer have anything to do. It is left, ho-ho, behind. I don't understand. You are now with me. Forever. What? I love how the smoke just keeps changing to different things. And you think I'll let you go? All his humor vanished as he began ominously approaching Adelaide. You came to the grave, called me, and now you will remain in the grave. And he kept coming toward her. You thought that you would come and make me take pity on you? You bring arguments and convince me to help, and I just give you what you want? He loomed over the girl. I don't care what's going on in your world. I'm the patron spirit of alcohol, tobacco, sex, dance, and fun. Everything that takes you to the grave, straight into my hands. And behind this tomb, we have fun. Dead men do not know tiredness and weakness. They have no headaches or leg cramps. They feel no hunger. Hangover, I think it was hangover. This dance can last forever. And now you are with us. Speaking of which, in the hand of Smitty there was a huge pot-bellied jug of rum that he immediately started to drink. Good, good. Do you want some? No? No, not really. How can you? I have too many things to do. And that goes for you, too. Those who give you strength will die. The world would no longer be the same, and nothing but fog will remain in it. I don't care. And what's going on here? Are you supposed to be in Hawaii? I go wherever I want to. Besides, Matt is wrapped up there. And then I smelled candy. A rare find in these lands. You know how I am without sweets. And then I thought, someone needs my help. So I arrive here and wow, it's really needed. No need to be upset. We're getting along well. Somebody put one hand on Adelaide's hip and grabbing her butt lifted her off the ground. Hey! And everything is just right for us getting acquainted. But I think Adelaide wouldn't mind if you were to join us. The strongest slap knocked the massive man down. Whoa. Adelaide didn't expect such a fragile girl to unleash such a heavy blow. Do you really want to continue this conversation? Or did you miss how angry I was? You know, dear, I adore you when you're angry as hard. I'm ready to make you angry every night. Jeez, your anger is especially sexy. Dear Mama and Regret, slap him more. Everything is good. Thank you for saving me. I don't know. Thank you for saving me. No need. If I don't reason with him, then all Moors are in for some trouble. Yes? What trouble? They all leave with a smile on their lips. The same way you will leave. This conversation is over. Besides, I saw a pirate got drunk and started a riot in the brothel on my way here. And now he's barricaded himself in a room with 3 prostitutes. I know that you like these things, so go and have some real fun. I have serious business here. As you say. But I won't say goodbye. Go already. Baron Samedi went off into the shadows, and chewing on a candy, she watched him with a heavy gaze. What a shame. It's because of the likes of my husband that people don't get along with spirits. I totally agree, don't slander him. Don't slander him. He is what he is, and that's probably his purpose. Don't try to justify him. He just needs a good slap every so often. But the night is coming to an end, so we have little time. Share your troubles with Maman. Maman will fix everything. Adelaide raised her blackened hand. Ah, trouble. They told me that you are a healer and able to cure any disease. It's almost always the case, but I think you already know that the black mark is not a disease. This is the mark from the place where we exiled Davy Jones many centuries ago and crushed him in the locker. But even from there, he managed to reach out to our world. From where? From a place that came before the world. And Zigababa said that he would never break out of the locker. But you cannot do anything about it? Forgive me, my darling. This power is much older than me. Frankly, there are too many forces in this world that are older than me. Maman Brigette sat closer to Adelaide. I myself was mortal. But how? I fell in love with a charming bastard and followed him to the end. And he? He won't help you either. I'm afraid even Katrina will not be able to help you. This is something that stands above the spirits. And what? If there is one who can command the spirits, a sorcerer or a witch. I myself was a witch, but now I am a Loa. Yes, and how many witches do you know in our time? There is one. Me. I was a sorceress. But what happened? And Adelaide told her story. Oh, you're so silly. You yourself say that you feel this power when you really need it. But it's just a spark of what was. No. All the power inside of you was always the same. You yourself rejected it. What? Me? Yes. You probably felt relief when you lost the ring. Magic is like a talent, artistic ability, scientific skills, leadership. It is certainly good and brings joy, but at some point, everything starts to depend on you alone, and many people bury their talent away so as not to feel this burden, so others won't count on them. Stop asking them to paint a picture or write music, so they would not expect discoveries from them, so they would not depend on them for decisions. Let someone else do it, but not them. And this is all no different from magic. It is its own magic, the light of the soul. You're blocking yourself. Will you help me understand myself? Of course. Look into your soul. Purple powder floated up from her palm into the air, and Adelaide was plunged into a vision. Oh no, this is the one with the freaking colors. Oh god. This one's so hard to figure out. Wait. I think you have to wait for the color that... Oh Lord. Look carefully. What is it? It's your soul. Crumbled and tangled. And what is this darkness in the center? The curse that gnaws at you is lodged in the very center, and you need to unravel it. Way to just wind yourself back into the conversation. What is the range of colors in your soul? I like blue. As the sea that I am now connected to. Begin. Rebuild yourself. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my god. The colors shines and moves. Accept. Warmer. The color shines and moves. Refuse. My color is blue. Almost. The color shines and moves. Accept. Got it. Whew. I can tell you how many times I had to do that the first time. My god. I'm like, what do they want me to do? You can only accept when it's the color that you chose. And I guess they show it to you first, and you're like, okay. Whew. And then Adelaide's soul became light and calm. She now understood exactly what she wanted, and most importantly, Adelaide regained control of her magic. Once again, welcome. We were captured by a wicked person. Tell me everything. I'm falling asleep myself. Good night. After a few hours, it seems there is someone here. Show yourself. How perceptive. How dare you come here? Hush, hush. Don't panic. I just came to talk to you. We have nothing to talk about with the parasite. Hey, why so rude? I am also a child of these lands, like you. And my heart bleeds when I see what happened to this land, to me, to you. We have returned to this world and control the fate of mortals. Yeah? But I have a feeling that you are the ones being controlled. We have a contract. She turns to us for help. And who is she without you? And who are we without her? Only an empty memory from the past. Everything can change. I know a person, a very strong person, whose words go hand in hand with his actions, and he is trying to bring our past to light. He is about to return magic to the world. Everything will be as before, and no one will push you around anymore. Moreover, you will be worshipped again. Everything will be the same. What do you need from us? Just one tiny thing. Get out of hand at the right moment. That's why I lost the ring. Because the ring has a mind of its own. Like from Lord of the Rings. A few days later. The ring. Goodbye. It will be mine. His spirit is strong. And his obsession with power knows no bounds. He is ready to wipe out everything that stands in his way to achieve his goal. I think we will help him, since he desires ancient magic. You're a vile deceiver. We've been doing this for several days now and no magic happens. His soul is closed. He doesn't even hear us. We have already talked about this. Close your eyes and immerse yourself in your mind. Gather all the strength that you have and wish for the most important thing you want. Power. Unlimited power. More specific. Sword of Death? Is he looking for it? You betrayed us, Nick. It doesn't work like that. Things do not appear from nowhere. More specifically, make a wish. Why is this so difficult? Magic is not easy. I want to be given something that would direct me to where the Sword of Death is and return my ship. Yes. Let there be a storm that will bring the Triumph back to the shores of Santo Domingo and the path to the Sword of Death. What? No. You must obey. Raise Santa Maria from the bottom. Forgive us. It's all our fault. We missed you. They kind of abandoned me. It's not cool. I missed you too. I forgive you. I figured it all out. And now it's time for us to accomplish great things. Thank you. We will follow you now. The sun began to rise, and with all of the vision scattered like a fog, the only thing that remained was strange makeup. Oh my gosh. Oh, that one's not bad. Oh Lord. I kind of like this one. That's pretty fun. I like it. Quetzalcoatl makeup. I can never pronounce that name right. And Adelaide wandered into the city, finally free from the burden on her soul, with a healthy, unaching hand, and lighting a spark between her fingers. Her magic returned. So, now we're going to see what happened without me during the last 5 days. Okay, so we saw the council and then we went on a journey for magic. That was insane. Doing pretty great. Oh, I somehow managed to perfectly still have 10 apart from strength and diplomacy. I think that's kind of where we want to stay going forward. 45, 47 with my magic. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. I think we're coming along really nicely. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and show the video some love. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I will see you next time. Bye.